We begin our Rievaulx Abbey walk in Helmsley, a lovely market town in North Yorkshire. It's a bright, calm day and perfect for walking. We're parked in the Cleveland Way car park. Near the entrance, this stone statue marks the start of the 109-mile Cleveland Way National Trail. From here, we head west across open fields towards Blackdale Howell Wood. The track is easy to follow with a smooth, well-made surface. In the woods, we find this tree stump. It marks the top of the steps leading down into a small, peaceful valley. The descent isn't difficult, though in wet weather it can get muddy. Today it's dry and easy going. As the saying goes, what goes down must come back up. Here are the steps on the far side of the valley. Back on higher ground, we continue towards Griff Lodge. At this fork, we keep left and walk past the front of the building. Here's the view looking south from the path near Griff Lodge, right at the top of Ginny York Bank. From Griff Lodge, the route heads west along the northern edge of Winniebank Wood. So far we've followed the Cleveland Way. Without much of a bend, the path gently curves northwest and drops into Quarrybank Wood. It's still a clear and easy track. At the bottom, we leave the woods and meet this quiet country lane. We turn left and begin to head downhill. There's a short footpath beside the road, but we soon have to walk on the tarmac. It's a quiet stretch with barely any traffic. This charming house appears on the left just before we reach Rievaulx Bridge. Here's Rievaulx Bridge, but we don't cross it. Instead, we turn right, following the sign to Rievaulx Abbey. Just beyond the turn is this lovely riverside spot, a perfect place to rest. We'll return here later in the walk. We now follow the road north into Rievaulx. The River Rye flows gently to our left. As we walk, Rievaulx Abbey comes into view on the right, an impressive sight, even from a distance. Here's another look at the Abbey from a little further along the road. The ruins are beautifully framed by trees. We pass the entrance to the visitor centre, with more fine views of the Abbey on our right. Soon we reach the village of Rievaulx. This thatched cottage on the left is like something from a postcard. At the northern edge of the village stands St Mary's Church. It's a Grade 2 listed building, quiet and full of history. Almost opposite the church, we turn left off the road and head up this narrow track past a small chapel. The chapel is Rievaulx Methodist Chapel, simple and beautiful in its rural setting. The track climbs gently towards Airbank Wood. At this fork, we take the right-hand path uphill. Soon another fork appears. This time we go left, heading downhill through the trees towards Bow Bridge. We cross Bow Bridge, which spans the River Rye again, a peaceful spot surrounded by woodland. Just beyond the bridge, we take this stone track into the woods. It begins to climb through Lambert Hag Wood. We pass the edge of Far Hag Wood, still heading uphill. The woodland opens out as we gain height. Looking north, we get our first view down into Rye Dale, a quiet, scenic valley. At this crossroads, we turn sharply left and head uphill towards Tylus Barn. The other routes lead to Tylus Farm and Birk Bank. We arrive at Tylus Barn. Our route passes the left-hand side of the farm buildings and continues west. After crossing fields and farmland, we reach Clavery Lane. This narrow road leads into Old Byland. Here's All Saints Church in Old Byland. It's a Grade 1 listed church with Saxon and Norman features. Leaving the church behind, we look back at the southern end of the village. Stone houses and wide greens line the road. We leave Old Byland via Hill Gill and follow a quiet path south along the edge of several fields. Eventually we reach Callister Wood and continue through the trees on this peaceful track. Shortly after the woods, we come to these stepping stones crossing a small stream. There are 4 stones in total. Each one is shaped like an arrowhead to help guide the flow of water. This is where our route rejoins the Cleveland Way. We'll follow it all the way back to Helmsley. We now walk through Nettle Dale, passing a series of ponds on the left-hand side. The path here is wide, smooth and very easy underfoot. It's a lovely part of the walk. We reach Hag Hall, which is actually a working farm rather than a grand hall. Soon after we come to this crossroads, we carry on straight ahead, following the sign for Helmsley. We're back at Rievaulx Bridge, the spot we passed earlier. The River Rye flows beneath us, on its short journey from the moors to the Derwent. From here, it's familiar ground. We retrace our steps along the Cleveland Way back towards Helmsley. We pass Griff Lodge again and follow the path into Blackdale Howell Wood. Once more we descend the steps into the small valley. then climb back out on the other side. The final stretch leads east towards Helmsley. On our right, we spot the ruins of Helmsley Castle. We finish where we began, at the Cleveland Way stone statue. It's engraved with names like Sutton Bank, Whitby, Robin Hood's Bay and Filey, places along this long-distance trail. Full details of this walk are available on my website at paulbeal.com. I'll add the link in the comments section of this video.